Justin Casey, back for year number 2. And Justin, you shot and edited this film, and then we have Eric. Eric, and this is your first time acting?
That's correct.
Is that right? Awesome. And then we have...
Gary Willard's standing in for S. Kruger, the director.
Okay,
He couldn't
okay,
make
gotcha.
it tonight. If you had noticed, Chocowinity raised in a barn farm. They have a haunted 6 Nights of Fright that they do over in Chocowinity, and he's part of that. So that's very near and dear to his heart. So he felt like he needed to be with that group because they help us out so much. The makeup, the 6 Nights of Fright, Raising the Barn Farm, they help us with the makeup. So anyway, a lot. The location was theirs. There's so much that we owe to them, Haunted Pamlico, that the director, S. Kruger, aka Jonathan Claiborne, felt that he needed to be there for them this close to Halloween. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And he was here with us last year.
He was here last year.
Yes. Yes. Well, I hope he briefed you on everything, so you can. We're gonna grill you here.
Oh yeah, he wanted to let everyone know there was no moths harmed in the making of this film.
All right. Well, since we know you and we go way back now, let's start with you, Justin. How long have you been shooting and editing films?
I started doing this back when I was in school for photography. I started doing a little bit of video work, but mainly my stuff was still photography. And then I went on and played music for a few years and then quit that, and I've just recently gotten back in the past 3 years or so. So I'm enjoying it.
Awesome.
Awesome soundtrack, right? I mean, yeah. Dead Alley, yeah, these guys used to play in the same band together.
Oh, wow. Cool. So who wrote, was it you guys together writing the soundtrack, or it was just Eric?
It was actually me and one of my friends. It's quite an old song. We did some instrumental music just in the house, just creating stuff just because it's fun to do. And we got together with Justin and Kruger, and we're looking for something to do on this song. And I was like, here, let's listen to this, and it seemed to fit, and we just went with it. So.
Cool. So was this your first film? I know it's your first time as an actor, but have you done other things?
No, this was just my very first thing.
So this is his breakthrough, people.
Yeah, I guess so.
So what do you think? What do you prefer? Do you like just kind of staying behind the scenes doing music, or do you want to do more acting?
I enjoy all of it. It's all a challenge. It's all fun to do. The creativity, the working together with everybody is my favorite part about it. Just getting with everybody, the ideas behind it, collaborating, and to me that's the biggest part. And you have, the final product, and we all get to share that together. And to me that's what's captured it the most.
That's awesome. So, and all of you guys, you're from Washington.
I'm from Washington.
I'm from Greenville, North Carolina.
Greenville.
Washington. Gary also.
So how long have you known each other?
I actually started playing music with him when I was about 20 years old, so about 18 years ago is when we first kind of started playing music together, and went our separate ways, and then wanted to mess around with music again, and this kind of fell with it, and we've been kind of working on things ever since. So.
Nice. And how long have you known Gary over here?
Well, we met through Haunted Pamlico. Like I said, Jonathan Claiborne is a great organizer. He finds, Beaufort County, wherever you are, if you're creative people, you sit in your home and you think, well, okay, there's so much I'd like to do, but maybe you don't have an outlet, you don't have a way to do it. And Jonathan is a great coordinator. He has a way of finding creative people and bringing them together and says, let's have some fun. And one of the things that I really like about Jonathan's approach to all of this is he makes it so accessible. We live in a culture now where we all have the attention span of a gnat. So Jonathan likes to have this stuff accessible, like on YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook. He likes to put it out there so people can have that immediacy, that aesthetic bang that almost comes with going into an art museum where you can look at a painting or something and it grabs you. That's his approach is the grab effect. and everything. And I like that because I'm an artist and on the side, so I like his, the way he sets compositions, and he's really fortunate to run into to Justin because Justin is so good with editing skills and and having a couple of musicians on hand. So once again, when you got that many creative people coming together, it's going to be good. You're going to have a good product, like Eric said.
Awesome. Well, let's take some questions. Does anybody have any questions for these guys? Yeah. Let's see. We'll do The Bride. By the way, I just need to introduce, this is Courtney Gallup. She is actually our official film festival sponsor this year. And she runs Gallup Funeral Homes. And around here, there's like 1 or 2 places you go when you go. And yeah, so Courtney, she's the best.
The corpse bride.
Yes. Anyways, Courtney, go ahead.
In the process of participating in this festival, I'm struck by the different elements of film. Story, photography, costume, music, scenery, acting. As a person who is just getting into film, and I would, that might be on my bucket list to maybe make a movie someday. What is the central, most important ingredient in producing a film?
Well, there's a lot that goes into making a film, not just one element. You got to have everything come together. Obviously, visual is one of the top ones, but you also, your audio and your music is going to create the feel of what you're seeing. So I would say probably those two and some really good acting is what you need there. You want to add anything, Gary?
It's teamwork. I mean, I don't know if because we take so much for granted when we're watching film now. I mean, we go to the cinema, we're dazzled, and we see it in such a manner that there's a lot. I'm old school. 56. I remember drive-in movies when everything was big. And I remember the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and things like that. I've seen how far we've come in such a short amount of time, and I think a new audience, they just look at this stuff and think that it's, well, the magic of cinema, like, boom. But it's like Justin said, it's not that way. It's really a lot of work. And even like on one thing that you would see, it was just a pinch of something, the aerial photography. We had Jennifer Willard from North Creek Productions. She came in with her drone, and did, the drone shot for us. And people see that and they go, yeah, it grazes right by them. But, the importance of it, if you took that away, if we miss it, the happy accidents, like I was referring to the moth in the window. They didn't plant a moth. They didn't have a big jar of moth. And we're going to keep putting this moth up here until we get it just right. It happens. And that's the beauty of it. When you get these happy accidents, you got a bunch of people all coming together, have a lot of fun, because nobody was, I think, what did he say? This thing was made for under $100.
Wow.
So yeah, so, and that's the other thing, because, like a new and upcoming, movie maker, potentially, hopefully, that's one of the first things you face, where am I going to get the money to do this? But once you set your mind to it, where there is a will, there is a way, and all of a sudden that bug bites you and you've got to do this thing, you're amazed at the resources that just come your way. You open yourself up to it and it comes your way. You draw it to you.
Nice. We had another question, I think. Did it get answered? And
One was answered.
Okay.
With the investment in it. How long was the filming taking altogether?
We did it all in one afternoon, like 3 hours.
wow.
Yeah. Well, makeup was a little bit longer, but actual filming was like 3 hours. So maybe 5-6 hours altogether.
That,
Whether cooperated.
well, the editing, that's what.
Yeah,
that's
the editing takes a while.
Yeah, the editing takes a while. I mean, when you start making and that's the other thing I think is, for Justin, because he's newly a father, right?
Yes, that's right. Congratulations.
Yeah,
And he's celebrating his anniversary.
Yeah,
This
celebrating
weekend.
his anniversary night. But you know, one of the first things I approached him about was making a feature length film, you know, with Haunted Pamlico, because, you know, the director said, when are you gonna, direct something? I said, well, I got something in mind. But when I first approached Justin about it, and I had no idea how much time goes into the editing process and adding the soundtrack and voiceovers and, finessing it, tweaking it, all that stuff. And that, half the battle, when everybody's shaking each other's hands and patting each other on the back, boy, that was a lot of fun. Everybody goes home, there's still the editor, who's in front of that screen working it out, and we have to, we have to think about that, that there's so
Yeah, it
much
takes
to
a
go.
while.
Yeah, it takes a while.
So Justin, you got the $100, right? Nice. Any other questions? Yes.
Why didn't the main character shoot the gun? I'm sorry, like that. I just, was that on
You gotta
purpose?
answer that.
Like, because I think that the gun is definitely like a major focal point of that entire story. And I don't know about you, but I've been shooting zombies a lot faster.
Right, right. Well, for one thing, the Uncle Jay was his uncle, so it was a family member. Plus, he did shoot the gun at the very end. You just didn't see who he shot.
There's a part 2 coming.
There's a part 2 coming.
Yeah, yeah.
We actually just finished the script yesterday, so there's another one in the works. So you get a little more answer about what happens.
Next year.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, any other questions? These guys are going to be out there for the meet and greet in the orange carpet, and we have a Suppertime poster that you sent. And I was thinking maybe you guys could sign it and we could give it away to a lucky person out there. And I just got to, can you guys just once here and then maybe again on the orange carpet, like maybe all three of you at the same time do like Uncle Jay?
It's supper
Time. Yeah.
It's supper time, nephew.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys.